Today we have some fans running at the Condo location. Haven't been here in a bit, but have returned. And it's a cooler, breezier day, but I just wanted to show the setup. So in the kitchen area, we have this older Edison fan running. And I recently saw a checkout video on another channel that someone did a video on this exact fan and made me think of this one. So I thought, let's pull it out and use it. And this fan is in primo condition. We did a video on this fan a while back, but the only thing that's bad about it is it looks like the foot through the grill. But other than that, and the handle. But what I wanted to point out is such good condition. Take a look at those windings. Look at that. Camera can focus. Look at that. I mean, it's like this thing has super low hours, and it was just more or less it might have been sitting there. I acquired this a number of years ago, and I didn't really use it, but I feel like any damage this thing has is because it was just kind of sitting there, and sometimes when things don't get used, they just sit there. You get moved a bunch of times, they get broken. I also just noticed as we're looking at this, grill is bent in. I'll have to work on that in the off season. So just keep the camera rolling, and if we go into the living room area, and I'm keeping the camera rolling because I keep getting comments about people wanting tours of my home or one of the homes. So just kind of keeping that. I talk about it in the other videos, but here's the old granddaddy here. The old P23, just running on low. The Edison was running on low too, but these things are so quiet. I really like to protect this fan because of the condition. It's in great condition. Part of me, and I've said it before, wouldn't mind acquiring one of these that is not in pristine condition, so I won't feel bad about running it. And it's not even about running it, it's about using it in a window and exposing it to the elements a little bit. I just don't want to do that with this fan. Other than some slight yellowing on this handle, it's primo. There might be one slat, maybe one slat that has an issue, but and I talked about it in the video on this, the checkout video on this fan. I had to replace the cord, made it a longer cord. In this case, it's black. I'll get you on the other side so you can see the back. Listen to that hum and that metal blade chopping through that air. It's nothing like that. So I thought, I just love metal fans, metal bladed fans. So I thought I would pull it out for the condo. And we're late in the season, so it's not really too much of an issue. It won't be running that much. So let's go upstairs. One of the bedrooms here, we have a S223 here. And this is one of the two that I have. The other one's at the main location, and it's on the shelf. But this is the one I acquired earlier this spring, and this is, I think, the other one's in pretty good condition too. But this is, I think, the better of the two. I haven't serviced this yet. It's on low. The cabinet's has smudge marks on it. It just needs to be cleaned up, and we'll oil it and do all those things. But this is a nice fan, it really is. Again, it's a cooler day, so I just have these cruising on low. It's can be breezy and windy here, and what's crazy is I had it off earlier. It was so windy that it looked like it was on because the blades were moving that much. But for the video, I thought I would just show it. So let's move to the next room. We're gonna have to get close to this, and you guys know what this is, right? Kmart Lakewood 223. This one, so in this bedroom, my son uses this bedroom when he's here, and had staying at the condo location. I said to him, and I've done videos on the fans in his main, in the main house. I've done videos of his bedroom with I think 6 or 7 fans going. So I said to him, I was like, hey, leave the fans in your room. Let's go downstairs in the basement, go to the collection shelf, and what do you want for the room? I don't care, pick it out. And so he went with this. This is first gen, based on the blades. You know, that has the sharper, more squared off blades, which I've, in the video on this fan that we did months ago, I just love that. I almost kind of cringed a little bit when he grabbed this fan, because this fan is one of the nicest fans in my collection in terms of shape that it's in. But I knew it wasn't going in a window, and we don't stay here all the time, and we're at the end of the season, so I'm like, you know what, just put it into some light service duty, so it's quiet, it's so low. I mean, look at the shape that thing's in. Yeah, I really won't part with this fan or use it. Probably in the video I did on it, the checkout video, I probably said, oh, this will never get used. I misspoke, it'll get used a little bit. This cord needs a little work, and not a little work, really replaced. The insulation on it is starting to just show its age, so I just gonna be really careful with it. All right, we'll go up another layer here. This place is a challenge to heat because all the hot air goes straight upstairs. Not so much a challenge to cool, because if you do it right, and I'll explain it in a minute, you can really move the air around. You can probably guess whose room this is by the color of the fan. Daughter's room. Wanted to give her a fan in here, and my daughter's not like my son and I, doesn't really care. Like, even if I didn't give her a fan, she probably wouldn't care. But this room doesn't have an HVAC, mini splitless duct system, or whatever you call it. So I busted out the recently acquired earlier this year purple Cool Colors, and she was pumped. She's like, oh, that's so cool, matches my room. These I think are either discontinued or on their way to being discontinued. So not that a Lasko Cool Colors, outside of the Cool Colors, there's nothing special about this fan. You know, this will not hold a candle to any of those Lakewoods we were just talking about, or even I'll take that, any day take that Edison on the counter before one of these. But the Cool Colors is what makes it unique. And what was already at the location here, the badge is upside down, I'm gonna work with that. I did a video on this back in March, and I'm not as familiar with this brand, and I talk about my videos, I'm a box fan guy, but I do appreciate oscillating fans, and I have a Lakewood in my collection, and I tell a story in that video about what it means to me. But I do recognize it's an older fan, and it's pretty cool. You can tell that the fans here, you know, the fans that are left here, that are meant to stay here permanently, don't get a lot of love, or they don't get a lot of abuse either. So the video I did on this, it surprised me how many views and how many people were really into this fan and shared some memories about it, or talked about how they've been trying to find one. So little beknownst to me that this is an important fan to some people. So this off season, we'll give it some love, and maybe we'll do a video on that as well. But as I've been quoted as saying in some of the other videos, it's like, well, why did you put a box fan in here when you have this fan? And as I've been quoted in other videos of saying, any excuse to use a box fan, well, that's kind of what happened here. Any excuse to use a box fan, but this is perfectly fine to use as well. All right, so we're gonna go up one more level. So this is the Lasco Pro Power, not Power Plus, Pro Power, commercial Pro Power. Did a couple of videos on this fan already recently, and it's just kind of some observations about it. I love the color scheme on it. I love the grill on it. It's on low right now, but commercial grade fan, like I feel like it's missing some oomph. Again, it's on low, so cut it some break there. But the way this is in this slider here, this was my son's idea. I thought it was a great idea. Because I said to him, I was like, you know, we should put a fan at the top of the steps, like when we don't need the AC, and we're really done with that this time of year. But I said, you know, you walk around in here as you go up the steps, it gets warmer and warmer, right? So it's like we have the reverse problem in the wintertime, like you want the heat to go down, but it's at the top. So he said to me, I think I have an idea. And, you know, then he yelled my name, Dad, that's my name. And I came upstairs and this thing was like ripping the air through, exhausting it out. And if you stand at the hallway downstairs with those fans blowing air, you could feel the air. It's almost like he created an exhaust fan or an attic fan. So this has worked well. What I've been doing, even though it's been getting cooler at night, cut all the other fans and just leave this on. So it's just moving the air, pulling the air through. I'm actually making my lunch in the background while doing this recording, and I can smell it a lot cooking while I'm all the way up here. So we'll see how this works out. And I thought that was clever by my kid. And he did also give me a really interesting video idea. The hint is, I'm not going to give it away, we're going to see if it's going to work. The hint is, look at all that open space above the Lasko. What could we do with that for some fun? So stay tuned to that. Well, that is the video for now on the fan setup at the condo location at the end of the season here. Earlier in the season, we were still kind of like not quite ready for fans, but done with the AC, so didn't really do a fans running video, but thought I'd try to grab one and do a video before the fans are, sadly, tears to my eyes, put away for the season. So if you haven't, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I love interacting with you guys. Love hearing about your knowledge of the hobby, because you guys, a lot of you guys are way more knowledgeable than I am. So thank you for taking me to school, and I'll see you on the next one.